Pieces to start with the star blooms. So thank you to Archangel Michael for cloaking, shielding, and aligning me and my auric field at this time. I ask that any and all thought processes, intentions, etheric attachments, negative energies and entities, and projections being dispelled. Thank you. Projections being sent or cast towards my way be dispelled at this time. Thank you to my benevolent ancestors of the highest light that are assigned to me as I align to my higher self. Thank you to the Most High for allowing me to channel through me, through you, all rates of clarity and divine truth, removing any and all distractions and interruptions. I ask for an extra rate of protection as I channel this message and allow all levels of clarity in our discernment to be accessible. Abracadabra, make it so. I say Asheo. So you awakening to your energy at this time is actually unearthing your origin story. This is a message from the ancestors that is calling in a painful tower, yet the breaking is something that you've manifested. I'm basically seeing a divine being who has awakened to themselves. However, there's a rate of them that they don't properly perceive due to the fact that they were nursed at a rate of being able to settle within their own divine truths because of their parents. I see how there is a divine feminine energy who's receiving a love offer from a highly intellectual being. Could be an air sign, it's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And this person is their soulmate. However, this story has been played out for her already, and it's the story of her life. I could perceive a father figure who basically found themselves in a situationship, is what I'm hearing, where they had already been married. However, they left that connection and they found their soulmate, and the person that they were previously married to didn't like it. She called for a lot of disturbances and disruption in this father figure's life and his energy. In the birth stages of this divine feminine's energy, her mother transitioned and birthed in her. But it wasn't of natural causes. It wasn't of natural causes at all. This message isn't to feed your, I don't know why I was about to say like hysteria. This is not for trauma dumping. I'm not sitting at a rate of like feeding illusions. Someone's at a rate of recognizing that the impossible is actually possible. And it's weird how Spirit is doing this for you, because I see the ancestors with you so uniquely, 444, and how they're covering you. It's like, it's hilarious. I split the deck. It says you're being watched. How they're covering you, right? is at a rate of keeping you away from the karmic energy, right? So you don't repeat it. So you don't repeat the past. So there's this break. There's this break that's happening that's causing an end to the road ahead that you would have been going on and journeying on, right? And what I think is so significant is, for some reason, when I see this little box, can you see that? When I see this little box up here, I always perceive this box up here as this is where the journey began at the break, right? So this isn't the situation right here, right, where the break off, because the sun is on this side. I believe that the true happiness, the birds, it's the shattering of the timeline, no longer being connected to the lie of the past. And that's how I process it. And I believe that whoever I'm speaking to and I'm confirming and affirming within you a truth that's already resonated within you through your awakening, through you connecting to your ancestors at this time. I believe there's two masculine energies and one feminine, or two feminine energies and one masculine ancestor who cover and keep you at a divine rate at all times. Goodness gracious. Y'all, this is so personal to me because I see this as my Meemaw, and I see my daughter, and I see my son. Look at that. I love that. So you could have a grandparent and your two children that's done transition and passed over, who watch over and protect you. All right. But there's a part of your story that was withheld from you. And due to that fact, you haven't been able to properly perceive it. And it's so weird how this message came to me, y'all. It came to me hearing the old school TV show. I've been getting so many like throwbacks. But the old school TV show, the dinosaurs, and it was Baby Sinclair, and how he used to say, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama. But he would say it to the daddy. And he would say it to the mom too, but he would say it to the daddy, right? I don't remember what his name is. What is his name? I know that they were the Sinclair family, but he was like Baby Sinclair. I know the mom's name was Fran, and his name was either Carl. I don't know what his name was, the dad's name. But he would beat up on this man. And if you recognize, even if you like go back and look into it, the species of the dinosaurs, how the mom was one thing, the brother was one thing, the sister was one thing. The dad and the baby, however, were technically the same type of dinosaur. So I was like, ooh, spirit. What I'm basically sharing is that at this rate that you allowed yourself to awaken to, Spirit is about to reveal a rate of truth to you about your origin story. It may not necessarily be this situation, this intense, or at this rate of betrayal, because I do perceive that you believe that there could have been some form of betrayal. But when I see the endings card and I see road closed, I see that this ending isn't going to cut you off from your happiness, but it's going to cut your happiness off from the things that have basically been coming into your forecast to keep you from the sun. Because immediately after the ending card, you have manifestation, which shows the sun after it, all right, which shows the sun right behind his head. You have love offer, which shows the sun right behind the cup. You have the intellectual being, the Ice King, all right, as well as the soulmate card. And I believe that you're awakening to the Ice King, which is under the awakening card. And then the third party card, which is under the manifestation, is you basically being at a rate of recognizing how you get to call in all rates that you're desiring and requiring. I'm going to read into this a little bit more because I feel like Spirit wants more to come out. I'm going to end it here and I'll come back. Like, comment, follow, share for part 2. Peace. I love you.